Welcome back. You're watching Media Dialogues on CNBC-TV18 and I'm in conversation with Venu Nair of Shoppers Stop. Venu, given that Shoppers Stop is 31 years old, given that there's been such a sea change, radical changes in the way people shop, you know, it began with the malls, then you have e-commerce. There's so much happening in the retail space. How would do you think you need to reimagine the department store, and how are you doing it?
The retail has evolved and will continue to evolve. But also, if I take a step back and look at the country as a whole, retail is still, I think it's got a lot of headroom for growth. A simple statistic, unorganized retail is still 70% of the total retail.
Right.
And the growth that has happened in organized retail is significant and very high, but it's still only 30%. Even countries like Thailand and Malaysia, organized retail is upwards of 50%. And of course, in the Western world, it's 100%. Yeah. So there it is saturated, whereas here you still have a lot of headroom for growth. And the evolution that we have seen, as you again rightly pointed out, we started, Shoppers Stop was the first real shopping destination. Then malls came in, international brands came in, we had e-commerce coming in. And as each of these have happened, Shoppers Stop has continued to evolve, has continued to be a favored destination for the family to shop in. And that's what we continue to do.
So you're saying it doesn't need to be reimagined in a big hurry?
No, it has to be, absolutely. And as I mentioned earlier, the biggest shift which has happened in the last 3 to 4 years is moving from being a physical brick and mortar retailer to being a digital omni-channel retailer. What we offer is not just the opportunity to buy great product, it's also an experience for the individual and the family.
Talking about beauty, given that that's such a large category that Shoppers Stop retails, what do you make of this explosion of beauty brands? You also have one of your own brands, isn't it? Arcelia, that you'll have launched. What do you make of what's happening in the beauty brands business, and why are so many different people and companies making a beeline for this category?
Beauty is a category which is just evolving. And if you look at the per capita consumption of beauty, India is one of the lowest across countries in the same space. So there is a lot of opportunity for beauty to grow. And I think we're just seeing the beginning of it. Initially, beauty was dominated predominantly by the international brands. And to a great extent, it still is. But we have a number of homegrown Indian brands which have now come up and doing remarkably well.
And many of them are D2C.
A number of D2C brands, again, accelerated during the COVID period when they were shut, when stores were shut and online was the only way for them to reach customers. But post-COVID, what we are seeing, a number of the D2C brands are also now launching physically so that customers, and it's again led by the customer.
What made you launch Arcelia, given that you also are you're also partners with a lot of very, very well-known global brands who you have standalone stores for here, isn't it?
Arcelia is a brand which we have launched, and it's still in its infancy. We've launched fragrances and deodorants in that, and we've also launched bath and body. And what it does...
Do you have big plans for it?
We do want to grow the brand, and as we grow the brand, what it does is it caters to the good segment of our customer base. If you look at the portfolio of brands that we have, the international brands offer the best and the better end of the market. And then you've got a number of national brands which again sit in the better and good part. And Arcelia completes that journey at the bottom end in terms of where we are. Given the explosion of the demand in beauty, we've also launched SS Beauty stores. And these are standalone beauty doors offering multiple brands under one roof. Because what we realize is with the evolution of the market and the customers now also looking for an environment which is only for beauty, and this is something which we intend to continue to grow.
Right. Let's talk about private labels, because you did mention some of them in the conversation, and they contribute pretty significantly to your overall sales, especially when it comes to apparel. Give me a sense of the customer psyche here. What is it that the private label offers? Is it a price, price benefit, or is there something more?
The private label is effectively, again, offering a lifestyle for the customer.
Right.
And what's important is each label moves from being a label to a brand, and that's the journey that we are in. Each of our, and back 2 years back, we took a conscious call to cut down the number of private labels that we had within our portfolio, so that each of the brands that we have stand for a particular lifestyle need. Today we have 11 private brands, and each of them are growing into being brands of their own.
So they will see marketing support.
Absolutely.
Going forward.
So that they, and as far as the customer is concerned, it is a brand that they are buying.
Venu, I'm going to wrap up by asking you a question about the First Citizens Club, right? Because that is perhaps the oldest loyalty program in the retail space in India. What are the innovations that you see on this count? And do you see club membership and points, do you see this still being as valuable as they were when, let's say, you first launched it, when it was quite a big thing, isn't it?
Thanks for asking me that question, Anuradha, because for the First Citizen loyalty card and the First Citizen loyalty program is a very, very strong foundation for our business, and that's what enables us to do what we do. Today we have over 9 million loyal customers, and for the loyal customers, points of course is important, but it goes well beyond that, and it's the benefits that we offer within the loyalty scheme in terms of being able to engage with us depending on the tier, different benefits that they get, and the latest innovation, the latest newness that we brought into that program was the introduction of the Black Card customer. Now this is, our First Citizen program is a paid program. Within that, the Black Card is an annual subscription program where the customer pays 4,500 rupees to be a part of the program, and it gives them a number of exclusive benefits, and beyond the benefits, exclusive experiences.
Venu, what would you say is going to be Shopper Stop's competitive advantage in this retail landscape where you have all the big industrial groups with their own retail brands and ventures, and they're making big aggressive bets on?
Shopper Stop will continue to be a house of brands, delighting customers offline and online, and being a destination where we bring a lot of joy for our customers. And we'll do that even as we continue to expand. We are, today we are at 94 stores. We are adding between 12 to 15 stores every year in the department store space, 15 to 20 beauty doors, and also continuing to expand our digital presence.
On that fervent pitch for Shopper Stop, I'm going to say thank you, Venu, for coming in and talking to us, and wish you and your entire team a lot of good luck.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me on your show.
And thank you very much for watching. If you're looking for insights into business through the top line lens, catch another conversation of Media Dialogues right here on CNBC TV 18. See you.